So, you've ever had that feeling, that urge to share your unique voice with the world? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to break down the modern blueprint for doing exactly that through the power of blogging. Look, you've got a story inside you, an idea you just know needs to get out there. So, the real question isn't if you should share it, it's how. And your creative journey, it starts right now. To make this first big decision a little easier, let's think of it like this. A blog, that's like building your very own library. You fill it with amazing, valuable content over time, and people can discover those treasures for years to come. A vlog, though, is more like a live performance. It's electric, it's immediate, and it's fantastic for grabbing attention and building a really strong personal connection, fast. All right, so here's our game plan. We'll start with that call to create, that first big decision. Then we'll really compare the two main paths you can take. After that, we'll get our hands dirty building your site, crafting some fantastic content, and finally, launching your creation out into the world. You know, every great project starts with one key choice. And for you, right now, it's deciding on your medium. Are you going to master the written word, or are you going to jump in front of the camera? So, let's really dive into the nitty-gritty here. Understanding the pros and cons of each of these paths, blogging versus vlogging, is absolutely key to choosing the one that's genuinely right for you, for your message, and for your style. So what's really great about blogging? Well, for starters, it is so much cheaper and easier to get going. You don't need any fancy equipment. But its biggest superpower? That's SEO, search engine optimization. This is how your articles become evergreen, flexible. If you need to update something, it's just a simple edit away. Of course, it's not without its challenges. You really do need to have some solid writing skills to build a successful blog. And, if your audience just loves video, plain text might not grab them in the same way. It can also take a little bit longer to build that deep, personal connection when people can't see your face or hear the passion in your voice. Now, vlogging, that's a whole different ballgame. Video is just amazing for making these really quick, really personal connections. It's practically built for social media, which means your stuff is super easy to share and has a much higher chance of going viral. And all that direct engagement? It can definitely lead to better ways to make money, like YouTube ad revenue or brand deals. But, and this is a big but, there is a trade-off. Vlogging is definitely harder to get into. You need equipment, a good camera, a microphone, maybe some lights, and on top of that, you need the technical skills to film and edit everything together. And unlike a blog post, if you make a mistake, you often have to refilm the whole thing. Okay, so you've weighed the options and you've decided to master the digital pen. Awesome. Now we get to the really fun part, turning that idea into your very own corner of the internet. And listen, don't let the technical side scare you off. It's way, way simpler than you might think. It really just boils down to two big steps. First, choosing what you're going to talk about, your niche, and where your blog will live. And second, actually putting the site together. You basically have two main choices to start with. Blogger.com is a fantastic entry point. It's free, it's simple, and you can be up and running in minutes. Now, if you're thinking long-term, growth, making money, full customization, then WordPress is the powerhouse choice. It does mean you have to buy a domain name and hosting, but it gives you total control over everything. So once you've picked one, the setup is pretty straightforward. You'll register your domain, install the platform, and then design your key pages. Now, tools like Elementor, which is a really popular drag-and-drop builder for WordPress, make this design part incredibly easy, even if you don't know a single line of code. Oh, and here's a crucial tip. Make sure your site is mobile-friendly. Seriously, most of your readers are going to find you on their phones. All right, your digital home is built, the foundation is set. Now it's time to fill it with amazing content. And this is where the art of writing meets the science of getting your work discovered. Real success doesn't come from just posting randomly. It comes from a strategy. Start with keyword research to find out what questions your audience is actually typing into Google. Then, create a detailed outline for your post. And here's a pro tip. Use what's called topic clusters. Basically, you write one big foundational article on a broad topic, and then you create several smaller posts on related subtopics that all link back to that main one. It's a seriously powerful way to show search engines that you're an expert. This, right here, this is fantastic advice. The best blogs feel like you're having a conversation with a smart, interesting friend. So write that way. Use an engaging tone, keep your paragraphs short and easy to scan. It just makes your content so much more inviting. And to help search engines figure out what you're talking about, you gotta do a little on-page SEO. Now, don't let that term scare you. It just means putting your main keyword in a few key places.
the title of your post, the URL, your subheadings, those are your H2s, and in that little meta description that shows up in search results.
Come on, nobody likes staring at a giant wall of text, right? So break it up, use relevant images, maybe some charts or infographics to make it visually appealing. And it is so important to include internal links. Those are just links to other articles on your own site. It's great for SEO, but it also keeps your readers clicking around and exploring that awesome library you're building.
Okay, deep breath. Your blog is live, and you've hit publish on your first few posts. That is an amazing milestone, but it's really just the beginning of your journey to grow an audience and build a real community.
And if there is one single thing that is most important for growing your blog, it's this: consistency. You have to publish new content on a predictable, regular schedule. No excuses. So why is a regular schedule so critical? Well, it gets your audience into the habit of checking back for your new stuff, but it also gives you a steady stream of valuable data. You can look at your site's analytics, see which posts are taking off, and figure out what topics really connect with people. That lets you adjust your strategy and create more of what your audience actually loves. So there you have it, the blueprint to build your own digital library, a space for your ideas to live, to be shared, and to be discovered. The tools are in your hands. The strategy is clear. The only thing left to do now is to start writing. So what story are you going to tell first?